So what I'm going to do is go up and get the Varia Suit. Now in more modern Metroid games, the Varia Suit is actually required to enter Norfair, because Norfair is typically like a fiery area. It's super hot. And Samus can't survive in the extreme heat, so the Varia Suit makes her immune to that. Well, in this game, that's not the case, but the Varia Suit does diminish by 50% any of the damage that you take. So that's kind of how they worded it in a strategy guide once. They said diminishes by 50% any damage you suffer. So yeah, see here, I'm just going to jump through the lava. The lava can be a little finicky because it's very difficult to jump out of it. But if you just let yourself sink into it, then you can get a full height jump from it. Oh, maybe. Oh, crap. Alright. Let me try this one more time. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. Seriously. This is where the Varia Suit is. And this is why I say you need the high jump to get this. Because normally, yeah, you need the high jump to make this jump up here. But if I do... Alright, let me try that again. I might have to use the waiver, actually. Yeah, I don't know. One more time. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that door is way up there. This is another room where you might look at this and say, like, I would never have thought to jump up there, but again, it's also one of those rooms where if you jump just randomly inside of the room, you might see the screen move up slightly. So yeah, so what we need to do is get the waiver up into the passageway, but the timing of his swoop needs to be just right, otherwise he won't go up there. This might work right here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now if I can just time my own jump to get up there with him. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna do a little trick here. That's, if you press up and down rapidly on the controller, you can actually, like, push yourself up through walls. There's an old secret where you would, like, close a door, let a door close on you, and then you can do it from inside the door. Anyway, we're gonna freeze him. We can use him as a stepping stone to get up here. So this is kind of a way to get the Varia Suit a little earlier than you're supposed to, but it's not too hard to do, and not really much worse than going all the way down to Norfair, getting the high jump boots, and coming all the way back up here. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, it's such a hassle. It's easier to do this. So that's pretty much what I do. Otherwise, there have been times that I've actually gone straight to Hideout 2 and just gotten this on the way to Hideout 1. But Hideout 2 is so dangerous, I really don't want to take any chances. Like, I'd prefer this to be a no-death playthrough if possible. Like, I don't mean to be so, like, prideful of, like, my gaming prowess or anything, but yeah, I don't know if I even bother with this thing, but no, never mind, we're just gonna say screw it. We'll get our next missiles soon enough. Yeah, ooh, nice. You would not believe how hard it is sometimes to get missiles. I'm actually getting pretty lucky with the missile drops here, but there are times you'll play through this and like 10, 12 enemies in a row drop energy, and it's just, why would they do that? I don't know. But again, here I am, you know, having issues with a game that I've been defending all this time. The thing is, you have to be open-minded about it. Like, even if you love a game or a movie or anything like that, you still have to be willing to look at its faults. I'm a huge fan of Lost, but I also have a lot of issues with a lot of things in that TV show, which, honestly, if you ever need someone to tell you, like, what's wrong with Lost, there's a guy called Reetae27, R-E-E-T-A-E 27. He's got a whole series, it's like 5 hours long, that goes into all the problems with Lost, and it's like, yeah, man, oh man. It's pretty interesting to listen to, because I've always had issues with it too, just so many things I wish they'd expounded upon that they don't. But at the end of the day, I guess it really is all about the characters. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now. There's a lot to talk about there, and I'm not going to get into too many details about it. Like experiences that actors had with the show, and lies that they told on the podcast about actors being stuff. Anyway, whatever. yeah, just wait for that waver to go by. So now that we have the Varia Suit, we are pretty much set to pop. Set to blow the light on this thing, I'll tell you what. Oh shoot, I thought I could avoid that guy. Anyway, I want to go beat these Orphic Vipers. So, okay, so, at the risk of giving away my true identity here, like, I used to make diary tapes as a kid. Like, I would just grab a tape recorder, start up the microphone, put a tape in, and just talk about my life. And I still have all of these tapes. Well, most of them I've transferred to a laptop, so they come in WMA form now. Soon to be MP3s maybe someday, but I don't know if it's even worth it converting all those. Anyway, and these go all the way back to like the early 90s, these tapes, so yeah. So the only ones that I kept were like the first 2 years worth. I still have those ones. Well, those might be warped all beyond comprehension at this point, who knows. That's just what happens with old media like that, but anyway. Well, on one of these tapes I was playing Castlevania 4, which is another game that not to flex here, but I'm pretty freaking good at it. Maybe I'll play that on the channel. Anyway, but I got to the end of the 3rd level in that game, and I was like, I'm gonna beat these Orphic Vipers, but when I would listen to the tape, I'm like never expecting him to say Orphic Vipers. So, and it just comes out sounding weird, because when you don't know what's coming, it's like, I'm gonna beat these Orphic Vipers. I don't know. Plus, who in the world calls them Orphic Vipers? I have no idea. That's another carryover from the old days. Nintendo Power, the manual probably, that actually referred to them as that. Nowadays, probably people just call them the two-headed dragon or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, this room's a little dicey. Speaking of dicey, I really love dicey dungeons. I want to get back and play some more of that. So I played it like crazy for about a month, and then I kind of just stopped. Maybe I burned myself out on it, I don't know. So, I gotta tell you, I'm talking about just about everything but Metroid here. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Yeah, so... Anyway, this is Norfair. The music here is actually really cool. I didn't like this music as a kid. I don't know, it was just too, like, bland and squalid. I don't know how else to really describe it. I did not need to take damage there. Anyway, but nowadays it's like, I've come to learn a lot about chord structure and music and everything, so, oh yeah. Like, I had enough missiles there, but I decided to go ahead and grab a few more. And since I picked up that 2nd missile pack by the Varia Suit, I actually had 10 missiles max going in here. So this is another room where there's a secret way out of it, which is down here. And this actually, I think, looks a little bit suspicious. The way the hole just kind of goes in the wall and stops. You kind of can't help but think to yourself, I wonder if there's something there. And like when you were a kid, that's what you would do. You would just go explore, because that's what kids do. Nowadays, everybody just wants to be told where it is or whatever. There's this one playthrough of I Want to Be the Guy that I watched. And I'm not going to say who it was, but who the playthrough was. But like, they would get to a boss, they would try it for like 2 minutes, and then they would say, okay, let's look it up and see how to do this. And it's just, why are you even playing this game if you're gonna just give up on everything and look up the answer? Like, I've been playing Jiggies of Time, and I'm like 15 hours in, and like, I just can't for the life of me figure out where this missing world is. I'm missing a world. I need 450 notes, but I only have 5 worlds to look for notes in. And they wouldn't expect you to find 90 notes in each world that early in the game, so obviously I'm missing a world somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I found Kakariko Village, and I found Death Mountain. I found Kokiri Village, obviously, that's the first world. I found Zora's Domain, and then one other one. What was the other one? Oh, Castletown, yeah. So I know Gerudo Valley is one, and I'm assuming the Forest Temple is one. They were saying something about that. Maybe that's actually where I need to look. Anyway, that item that I just picked up there is called the Screw Attack. I know it's kind of a questionable name, but I actually doodled screw attack on one of my English tests in high school, and I wrote the words screw attack next to it. And when my teacher graded it and handed it back to me, she had written in a little question mark next to it. She didn't know what it meant. Understandably so, because adults didn't play video games back then. They probably still don't. Who the hell am I kidding? Oh yeah, so the screw attack enables you to jump through enemies and just destroy them. It does not matter how many HP the enemy has. It will destroy any enemy in one hit, aside from bosses and Metroids. So it is easily the most powerful item in the game. You can kill anything with it in one hit just by jumping. So this is why I was talking earlier about the long beam and saying, well, maybe the gun is not that useful. The screw attack makes it practically obsolete for most of the time. Oh crap, I keep falling in the lava. I don't mean to do that. Yeah, like if you're in the lava and you jump and hit your head on some blocks that are just above the lava, you kind of freeze there for a second. And you can't move, and it's really annoying, so yeah. Anyway, so watch out for these little boogers in the lava here. Those can actually hit you while you're inside of a door. Actually, most enemies can hit you inside of a door if they're flying towards you. It doesn't happen very often, but yeah, if they follow you for far enough, they chase you inside of a door. Okay, we can't go any further here. I can tell usually by looking at the floor whether or not you can bomb through it just because of the patterns of the bubbles. Because, like, the way it just depends on how you look at it. Like each tile is an individual square, and some of the tiles are a single bubble, which you can never bomb through those. And some are like 4 bubbles in a little square. And those are always the ones you can bomb through, but they have to be going in a specific pattern. Otherwise, you just won't be able to. So after a while, you just learn to see that pattern. Again, this is something that only a child who was just sitting around playing the game for 4 or 5 hours a day and doing nothing else would actually notice. It's just that these days, I don't know, we just don't play games the way we used to. And for good reason, we play them for different reasons than we used to. It used to be just pick up a controller and control. Oh crap, okay, I'm really messing this up. There we go, that's better. Oh, I tell ya. Yeah, so these enemies swooping down over here, they are called Holtz. H-O-L-T-Z. Okay, I can't seem to... Wow, this is going absolutely swimmingly so far. No pun intended. It's amazing I still have all my energy, mostly. Yeah, this would be an example of enemies chasing you into a door. These monsters coming out of the pipes here. So if you go into a door as one of them is coming after you, they'll just fly right now. This thing right here always hits you. I think they programmed it that way or something. It's really annoying. So I don't know how someone would do a damage-free run of this game with that. Oh shoot, you can actually kind of screw attack these even though you can't do the spin jump in here. You get just enough frames of it to do your worst. Just gonna blow through these here. Ooh. I guess I didn't really need that, but whatever. When I was a kid, I also thought that you needed missiles to beat the bosses, but as it turns out, you don't. You can just shoot them with a regular firepower, and you'll do just fine. So we're almost to Ridley here. Ridley was always one of those names that, like, even as a kid, I recognized the potential for ASMR when saying it. Just something about the DL sound together, like Ridley. Ridley. I don't know, it's stupid. It's one of those things I can never really explain, I've never even tried to explain that to anybody. ASMR has actually made a lot of things make sense to me in life about the way I think about how words sound and about how people sound and stuff like that.